So traders, Till Trader here. So why does everyone coming into trading usually struggle to make it? So we all have this assumption, me included, when I was coming to trading, that okay, I'll join trading and then in 2 to 3 days or even a month, I'll already be making lots and lots of money. So we don't actually trading as a business, and we actually should be treating it as such. So somebody is complaining, oh, I cannot be making like only 5,000 in a day. That's too little when they're trading forex, and maybe they have even 100,000 deposited, and then they're complaining making 5k a day is too little, or they just want to flip that 100,000 to even 10 million in less than a month. So this is actually how you should be treating trading. First of all, trading is a game where the patient people take money from the impatient people. You don't have to be chasing every move. You don't have to be chasing every move. And then just choose one strategy and stick to it. Because you realize that you try to learn something from person A, person B, person C, person D, but at first you usually do that. But then you realize person A defines an order block this way, person B defines an order block this way, person C defines a break of structure this way, or person C is telling you he just uses demand and supply. Another one tells you use supply and demand, and that's support and resistance, that works for him. Another one says uses trend lines. Everybody, different people have different strategies. What you need to understand is those people chose the strategy that worked for them. So you also have to choose a strategy that works for you. Let nobody come and tell you that this is the only best strategy. Choose what works for you and use that, and you will see yourself making it very soon. And then if you are a beginner, my advice is, if you are a beginner, once you are done with the basics, just look for one person even in YouTube and start following that person. Don't look elsewhere, just follow that one person and learn from that one person. You will understand it better. And another thing is we want to 100x our money in a very short time. But you realize that when you are trading, let's say when you are trading with a small account, very small account, you realize that you make money. When you are trading with a large account, you lose money. Why is that? You chase every move. When your trades go into reds, you are scared, you want to close them, because you're actually risking what you cannot afford to lose. You need to risk what you can afford to lose. And people are complaining, making 5,000 Kenya shillings per day is too little. Imagine a matatu, like the 14-seater, goes for I think 4 million plus. But the Kadere atakuletea, let's say 4,000 or 3,500 in a day, na bado kutakuwa na bad days, and you still eat some with their you know who. Then gari kiharibika, you still need to take from that 3,500 that you are keeping daily. And that car costs around 4 million kwenda. And then inakuletea kitu 3,500 daily. And then you are trading forex with only 100k and you are complaining that 5k is too little. Try depositing that 4 million. Ulikuwa unataka kwenda kununua mat, deposit that 4 million and only risk 1%, even risk 0.5% of your money per trade. At most you'll only risk 3% per day, because what are you doing having more than 3%? Wakisema 3%, what they mean? When you have a larger account and you're risking, for example, you have a 25k account, $25k account, risking 1%, I think 1% is $250. That's 1%, $250. $250, if you risk 1 to 2, you're making $500 per single trade. That's if you're doing 1 to 2. And if you're pyramiding your positions and it goes your way, you're making a lot. You can be making even 1,000 or 2000. Let's assume that's even weekly. That's actually a lot. So you need to treat it as a business. And when they say risk 1%, they mean big accounts, like let's say like from $10,000, because when you risk $10,000, like you risk 1%, that's like $100. But if you have like $1,000, if you have like $1,000 only, and you probably should be risking, like you are risking like $50 or maybe $100. That actually makes sense. And then you don't take every setup. You know, there is this setup, I'll just take this setup, and then you also always adjust your risk. Then you can say, okay, the maximum I can take is like with $100. The maximum risk I can take is like, let's say $100. And if you get an entry, but you think it's like a little bit not a tier entry or setup, you can minimize your risk. You can even maybe risk even 20. But anyways, it's your choice. They usually say no risk, no Ferrari. But also always remember, you can make it big or you can go back to Ushago. And that will be your problem. You can choose to listen to me or not. You can do whatever you want. Maisha ni yako. I have said what I have said. Adios, guys.